Welcome to Back to the Feature, where I watch the full movie so you don't have to. I'm your host, Dwayne, and today we're diving into Martin Scorsese's 1976 urban nightmare, Taxi Driver, where Robert De Niro plays a lonely war vet cruising through New York City looking for purpose, sleep, and maybe some human connection. The movie opens with Travis Bickle applying for a job driving a taxi at night because he can't sleep. After explaining he'll work anywhere and any time, the boss is impressed enough to hire him on the spot because of his Marine background and total lack of self-preservation. Travis starts driving nights and we hear his diary narration as he complains about the city's filth, crime, and people he sees as garbage. His cab becomes his little yellow bunker, separating him from everyone while convincing himself that he's better than everyone. After each shift, he returns the cab back to the garage and has to clean it out. This means cleaning out whatever bodily fluids are in the back seat after a night of toting around the very people he has no regard for. When Travis isn't driving, he drifts through adult theaters, diners, and lonely rooms, unable to connect with normal life. Everything changes when Travis sees a beautiful woman in a white dress walking down the street. Her name is Betsy, and she works at Senator Charles Palantine's campaign office. To him, she is a thing of beauty in a sea of ugliness. Betsy works with Tom, who clearly likes her and spends most of his time hovering nearby like a guard dog. Travis, on the other hand, watches them from outside their office like he's on a stakeout. It's not very subtle, though, as Betsy sees him watching her through the window. Eventually, Travis gets tired of just watching and walks into the campaign office. Despite not knowing a thing about the senator or his policies, Travis wants to volunteer for his campaign. It's all just an excuse, though, to talk to Betsy. He straight up tells her that she's the most beautiful woman he's ever seen, and somehow this doesn't freak her out. He invites her to join him for coffee and pie, and strangely, his confidence works and Betsy agrees. At the diner, Travis comments on how he could tell that Betsy didn't have feelings for Tom, and that gave him the courage to talk to her. Betsy seems intrigued by his intensity, while Travis thinks this one successful conversation means they will ultimately live happily ever after. Travis gets more interested in Palantine's campaign and even picks up the senator in his cab one night. When Palantine asks what bothers him most, Travis gives a disturbing rant about cleaning up the city, and you can tell the senator regrets asking the question. One day, a young girl named Iris jumps into Travis's cab trying to escape. Before he can understand what's happening, her pimp pulls her away and tosses Travis a crumbled up $20 bill. Travis looks at the money and then just drives off, leaving Iris behind. Travis takes Betsy out on a date, but instead of dinner or a movie like a normal person, he takes her to an adult theater. Betsy is horrified and leaves immediately, and Travis is super confused, proving he has the dating instincts of a rock. Travis tries calling Betsy, but she refuses to really engage with him. Listening to him on the phone is pretty embarrassing. Even the camera eventually looks away from him during the call, like the movie itself is too embarrassed to stand there and watch him crash and burn. Travis returns to the campaign office and confronts Betsy, accusing her of being cold and just like everyone else. His fantasy collapses, and with it goes one of the last weak threads holding him near what we would consider to be normal in society. Travis meets with fellow cabbie Wizard and tries to explain that he feels something bad building up inside him. Wizard gives him vague advice about getting laid, getting drunk, or just accepting that a man becomes his job. It is not exactly therapy, but for Travis, it's the closest thing to a wellness check. Travis buys guns from a traveling salesman named Easy Andy. He even does a fit check to see how they look tucked under his shirt. He picks out multiple weapons and quietly shifts from sad loner to a ticking time bomb. Travis begins training obsessively in his apartment, working out and practicing with each gun at the shooting range. He stands in front of the mirror practicing his quick draw and fashions a custom rig to conceal a small gun up his sleeve. In the famous mirror scene, Travis practices threatening an imaginary opponent with,
"You talking to me? You talking to me?"
He is performing toughness for nobody, which somehow makes this scene even more unsettling. Travis is shopping inside a convenience store when someone comes in to rob the place. He intervenes and shoots the robber dead, allowing him to live out his hero fantasy. The store owner tells him to leave and then beats the crap out of the dead robber. Travis tracks down Iris and pays her pimp, who goes by the name Sport, for some personal time with her. The fact that Iris is basically a child really unsettles him. Instead of getting what he paid for, he tries to convince her to quit prostitution. Iris is confused and guarded, while Travis sees himself as a rescuer whether she asks for one or not. The next day, Travis meets Iris for breakfast, where he learns how much damage this city has done to her. He pushes her to return to her parents, offering money and moral support like a man trying to save others because he can't save himself. The city has done a lot of damage to both of them, but it's something they have in common that allows them to bond in some weird way. He makes a good enough impression on her that she voices her concerns about her profession to sport that night. Travis writes a letter to Iris and sends her money, telling her to go home. At the same time, he is preparing for something violent, giving away possessions and acting like a man arranging his own ending. Travis attends a Palatine rally armed and ready and sporting a mohawk haircut. His target is the senator, but Secret Service agents notice him due to his strange behavior and look, so he has no choice but to run away before he can act. With the assassination attempt blocked, Travis redirects his rage towards Sport and the brothel where Iris is kept. Travis confronts Sport outside and shoots him in the stomach, and then marches down the street and enters Iris's building. The bouncer who controls the rooms confronts him in the hall, and Travis shoots most of his hand off. The sound of the gunshot echoes through the halls and up to Iris's room where she's entertaining a customer. Another shot goes off and Travis is shot in the neck. Travis shoots Sport and he goes down. He then switches guns and shoots him again. So yeah, he's dead. He then makes his way past the wounded bouncer and shoots him again. The bouncer is only wounded and follows Travis up the stairs, yelling that he's going to kill him. Just as Travis gets to the landing, Iris's customer comes out and shoots Travis point blank in the shoulder, causing him to drop his gun as he falls to the ground. His hidden gun slides out and he empties the gun right into the man's face. He stumbles back into the room and falls over dead as Iris screams. Travis is headed into her room when the bouncer jumps on his back and they both fall to the ground. Iris can only stand there and watch as Travis stabs the bouncer in his good hand and then grabs the customer's gun. He places the barrel against his cheek and then spray paints the wall with the bouncer's blood. Travis is badly wounded, so he tries to shoot himself multiple times, but all the guns are out of bullets. He collapses on the couch as the police slowly enter the room with their guns drawn, finding Travis bleeding all over himself next to the dead bouncer. He just looks up and mock fires his bloody finger at his head. After the massacre, newspaper clippings revealed that Travis survived and was treated as a hero for saving Iris. She returned to her family in Pittsburgh, and her parents sent Travis a grateful letter, which is ironic because everyone has mistaken his breakdown for bravery. Travis goes back to driving his cab, apparently recovered and now famous in a quiet, unspoken way. Betsy gets into his cab one night, mentions reading about him, and seems to see him differently now. He drops Betsy off and refuses to take her fare, driving away with a small smile. Then he suddenly looks in the rearview mirror, hinting that whatever was broken inside Travis may not be fixed at all. And that was Taxi Driver, a grimy, brilliant descent into loneliness, obsession, and one man's terrifying need to turn his alienation into purpose. The movie would go on to get several Academy Award nominations, losing out to Rocky for Best Picture. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, drop your favorite scene in the comments, and subscribe for more retro cinema every week. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch, and I'll see you on the next Back to the Feature.